the Ill and Learned Museum roof. So please come out and vote. Okay, you can do absentee ballots if somebody can't make it right up until the polls open here at the town clerk's office. The Board of Selectmen, we do have a budget presentation that is going to be scheduled at the school auditorium on March 2nd. I'm not exactly sure of the time. 7 p.m. That's the, because as soon as we finalize the budget that we're currently working on, we do have some more workshops that we are going through to address, but the official presentation to the Board of Finance, along with the Board of Ed presenting their budget, is March 2nd at the auditorium at 7 p.m. So please attend that. I don't have any other business. Do either one of you have any other business? No. Okay. Brings us back to citizens' comments. Does anybody have any comments?
Ken?
Yes, Joe.
I had Board of Ed having a meeting in the auditorium at that time. Is this?
Yeah, they present their budget as
Oh,
well as
both,
we
okay,
do.
okay.
Yeah, it's a joint presentation,
All
Joe.
right, got it.
Mr. Clemental.
Did you read a letter from the Chief State's Attorney's Office today?
Yes, I did.
Did Shana and Steve get that letter?
They each got a copy of it.
I have a question for the board, or a request. I know he says the matter's closed, but he also said a forgery was committed on the July 29th document. Did everybody understand that, or am I just the only one that
No,
understands?
I read the letter fully.
My question is, your CEO, your town planner, wrote a letter about me and my father, saying there was a breach in her office. Now we find out it's a fraud from day one. That fraudulent document was in her office. She gave that to me, and she said she did the math work on that document. Whether it's the Chief State's Attorney's Office or not, the Board of Selectmen have a duty to the citizens of Thompson to investigate a little further, because something's wrong here. I got accused of breaking in someone's cabinet. I proved that she gave me the document 3 weeks later, and I had it all time-stamped, and that never took place. Mr. Lanky, former selectman, told us that document, that it was done on that computer. Chief State Attorney's Office confiscates that computer. Absolutely true. I hit the nail right on the head. It was a forgery, and I was absolutely correct. We had a public hearing in December on a forgery. On a forgery that cost my family and this town of Thompson and these taxpayers over $13,000 on a fraudulent document, which a developer took and ran with and started making all these hearings and all these applications on a fraudulent document. Someone needs to finish an investigation whether the Chief State's Attorney's Office can't prove who sat behind that desk in the Selectman's office, which I think is kind of odd, because no selectman lets Tom, Dick, and Harry in there, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles here. I don't see anybody sitting behind Marie's desk when I come. It's always her. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm not letting this go. You guys owe it to the people of Thompson to go a little further. I want the date and time that document was created. I sent you an email, because that date and time is important, because in my heart, I know that document wasn't created on July 29, 2014. And it needs to come out, and we need to get to the truth. You don't need the Chief State's Attorney's Office to do that. You took office saying you were going to fight corruption. I just laid it all out there and told you every document that I have, and I can present it to Steve and Shannon next week and show you them. Something's got to come to head here. And I'm looking for the truth. I'm looking for the truth. And I'm bringing it up because I'm going to go to the FOI Commission if I have to. But I'm definitely going to get that date and that time, Kenny. I need that date and that time.
You submitted your FOI request. I responded to you. I will work on getting that information.
And you're going to follow up with both other selectmen so they know what's going on.
They kept them moving.
Thank you.
Mr. Bear. You look like you want to speak.
All there, Thompson Road. Just a little added part to the Star Road debacle. The state's attorney's office was looking at a very high standard for criminal activity. That doesn't necessarily have to follow through administrative activities in the town of Thompson. May not be looking for criminal activity, but there certainly was administrative errors made, and it shouldn't have happened. And it did cost the taxpayers a lot of money so far. It's not over. Legal bills keep on going. I don't understand, there's no return on investment for the taxpayers on legal bills. The library, referendum tomorrow for the $200,000. There was a lease signed that the Historical Society was responsible for maintenance. That's a commercial lease, not people brought up about being landlords on residential properties and who had to do maintenance. There's a difference there. I found it, I would say I was surprised, but I'm not, of Mr. Grove's indignation saying about 65, the condition of 65 Main Street. Well, gee, I think Mr. Grove was first selectman. Mr. Beausoleil sat next to him and allowed that building to deteriorate year after year after year because it wasn't maintained. So to now point fingers and say, well, we don't want that to happen again. He did nothing to stop it before. You don't enforce contracts in this town. He didn't enforce contracts on the bridge when they didn't finish on time. You couldn't figure out how to issue sanctions against them. Because you told me penalties were in place if they didn't finish on time, but then you couldn't figure out how to do the penalties. That's in the minutes of the meetings. You had to go back to the town attorney. Why don't we just elect the town attorney to sit there, and we'll cut out the building and save some money and time. Mill redevelopment. You keep raising taxes here, who in their right mind is gonna wanna develop anything in this town? You lost Narampak, you lost Extramark, Great Petroleum, and you think somebody's gonna come in. There was an informational meeting held a few years back where they had already gone to developers looking at that site, and the developers said, not enough rooftops, not enough bedrooms, too far away from the highway. I mean, it's wonderful to think you're gonna develop everything, but every time you raise taxes, you put another nail in the coffin. And it's just not, nobody's coming to a town that taxes you to death. Why would they build something here? It's not attractive. Deal with the budget issues. Stop raising taxes. Start cutting in the other direction. Even Malloy figured that out. And the towns are paying for it, for his excesses. Even though a lunatic wants to spend $250 million on making a hockey arena better, when the state's going down the toilet rapidly. I mean, who can get flushed the quickest seems to be the goal. Wake up. Thank you for your time.
Anybody else? Good news, no tax refunds tonight. With that, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.